Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel, JK Star 80th Reader. Today I'm doing a Friday Reads. These are the books I want to get to this Friday and into the next week. So let's get going. The first book is Lullabies for Little Criminals by Heather O'Neill. So this is a book that I have read over the 50% mark, and I'm finding it to be engaging read and fast paced that allows a look at the life of a family that is having difficulty. And so the story follows Baby, who is 13 years old. Her mother has passed away. Her father acts like a child in many cases. He has a temper and has flights of fancy that is hard to follow. He is also dealing with a drug addiction and makes it difficult for him to make a living. And so the book, it follows Baby as she is growing up and having to face the prospect of adulthood without parental guidance that is important. So yeah, Lullabies for Little Criminals is a debut work by Heather O'Neill that was released in 2006. As I said, I'm finding this to be an engaging read, and it's a book that pulls me along with its simplicity in storytelling, and I guess fascinating turns of phrases. So yeah, Lullabies for Little Criminals by Heather O'Neill. Next, I have The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi. This is a book that I would like to start this weekend, and it is a book on my Blackathon TBR. Blackathon is a readathon that takes place online and is hosted by Jesse at Bowties and Books. And so this is a readathon dedicated to reading books by Black authors to celebrate Black History Month. And so, The Death of Vivek Oji is a book that was released a year or two ago, and it is only now that I am getting around to reading it. I have read Freshwater, which was the debut novel by Akwaeke Emezi, and so I decided to read the next book on the list, which is the Death of Vivek Oji, the follow-up title, which I was planning to read last year, but I'm getting around to reading it this year. So yeah, it follows. Let's see. It says, one afternoon in a town in southeastern Nigeria, a mother opens her front door to discover her son's body wrapped in colorful fabric at her feet. What follows is the tumultuous, heart-wrenching story of one family's struggle to understand a child whose spirit is both gentle and mysterious. Raised by a distant father and a compassionate but overprotective mother, Vivek Oji suffers disorienting blackouts, moments of disconnection between self and surroundings. As adolescence leads to adulthood, Vivek finds solace in friendships with the warm, boisterous daughters of the Niger wives, foreign-born women married to Nigerian men. There's more printed on the page, but I've decided to let you read it if you have a chance to find this book at the bookstore or library. So yeah, The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi. Next is In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. So I read two other books by this author, One by One, which is a book that takes place at a ski resort in the Alps. The other book is The Turn of the Key, which is a haunted house story that takes place in a smart house built in the countryside of Scotland. So now I am reading In a Dark, Dark Wood, which I believe is the author's debut novel. And so it says, Lenora is a reclusive writer. when an old friend invites her to a weekend getaway to live in a glass house, she reluctantly makes the trip. But a haunting realization creeps in. The party is not alone in the woods. So I guess I could have read that description in a more dramatic fashion, but I just forgot to do that. So yeah, I do want to read this book before the winter ends. So yeah, In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. This next portion of the video is for the books that I have acquired recently. This is a mini haul portion of the video. So here it goes. Saha by Cho Nam-ju. I read one book by this author which is called Kim Ju-young, born 1982. That was a book that I read last year, and that made my top 10 books of the year for 2022. So I've decided to purchase this novel, which that was recently made available in North America. It is a translated novel from Korean to English, and I look forward to reading this book, which I guess from the description, it deals with political machinations in South Korea. Next, I have a book called The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. So this is a title that has floated around throughout my academic life, but I have yet to actually read the book. And so Niccolo Machiavelli, a classic in political theory. Next I have David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. This is the second book that I have by Charles Dickens at this moment. I also have Tale of Two Cities, so I have two books to choose from for reading, and this is a fairly lengthy book, and so I see myself reading it fairly soon, even though it might take me a while to actually read from cover to cover. So I have this nice Penguin Classics edition, and I look forward to reading it. David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I do want to read this book before the retelling by Barbara Kingsolver. So yeah. And one more book to show you, and this is Queen of Thieves by B.Z. Marsh. This is a Book of the Month title. I am subscriber to Book of the Month. This is not a video sponsored by them. And so this is the book that I picked for January. And if I think about it, I've been a subscriber for 3 months already, and I have yet to actually read any of the books that I have acquired through that service. So I do want to make these a priority. So yeah, Queen of Thieves by B.Z. Marsh. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!